I can't wait to show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're looking at the 2019 New York Comic Con exclusive NECA Batman vs. Aliens 2-pack. Now this 2-pack has been a long time coming. NECA teased these DC vs. Aliens and Predator 2-packs at least 3 years ago, and they encountered some licensing issues along the way. I don't know if it's Mattel or DC Collectibles, but somebody really didn't want these figures to get out. NECA does not own the master DC license. They're actually not allowed to make DC figures, but they keep finding loopholes. The fact that they can make Alien and Predator comics from Dark Horse Comics, and Batman was in that comic. Really clever. So let's go and check out the packaging here. As you can see on the front, classic Batman logo, classic from the comics. I love it. And then here we go, Aliens. You got the egg there, getting ready to burst something pretty bad. The corner we got DC, 20th Century Fox, little collaboration there. And then on the top here, totally blank. The side, totally blank. On the bottom, there is a barcode, as well as a few credits. And then on the back, totally blank again. A little bit unusual. They usually love to advertise for either this figure or other figures. This is one of NECA's ultimate window box packaging. So you can open up the front. It's attached with cardboard here on the side. And on the inner flap here, blank again. And here we go inside. I have hyped this up to be the best Batman figure ever released in my head. I sure hope he delivers. This guy's looking great so far. Look at him there. Definitely sort of a 90s comic design. Real muscular. Yellow oval there. I mean, he's angry. Loving the detail on his face. Got the Batarang up top. And then we got the Jokerized alien. And yes, this is actually from the comic. This guy here has got red lips, green dome, and white pale skin. So, with no further ado, it is my pleasure to open these up. And I did get a total of 4 of these sets. And you might think to yourself, well, that's bullshit. They only let you get 2 per person. And that is true. I wanted to get a couple extras, so I bought 2 and had them shipped to my house. And I had my dad buy 2 of them and ship them to his house as well. You might think, well, why do you need 4 of them? Well, I plan to keep 1 unopened in my complete Batman 6 and 7 inch collection unopened. I got another one to send to a friend of mine overseas. At the NECA store, you could only purchase this if you're from the USA. So it made it really difficult for some people to get these. And then I got 2 of them to open. I definitely want to have 2 of these Aliens. And I definitely want to have 2 of these Batmans in case something goes wrong with one of them. 1 for me and my son to play with, and 1 to keep in great shape. And as most of you know, you can only get this 2-pack if you bought it in a bundle with the other DC vs. Aliens 2-pack, which is the Batman vs. Aliens, the one I'm arguably looking forward to the most of all of them. So as you can see here, I got a total of 4 of each bundle. Once again, 2 for me to open, 1 for me to keep unopened, and 1 for a buddy of mine. And then here's this figure set next to the Batman and Aliens comics. We've got Batman and Aliens, book 1, 2, 3. And then Batman and Aliens, the second series, book 1 and 2. You can see here we've got the Jokerized alien at the bottom right. This is the source material these figures are made from. And then as you can see, here my unopened pair, taking their rightful place in front of my Batman-related comics with all of my other 6 and 7 inch unopened Batman figures. Alright, now that we got these guys out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. As you can see, the alien does not come with anything. Batman comes with 1 alternate hand that is gripping, able to hold the Batarang, as well as the actual Batarang. But before we look at their accessories, let's check out these figures. Like I said before, this has been a long time coming. Jokerized alien and Batman, straight out of the comics. So this alien here appears to be from the Alien Resurrection mold. You see that green dome? I love that it's lighter at the top and darker on the sides. It looks really cool. It's got white paint all over him. I'm having some of it flake off as I'm freeing up the joints. You can see his red lips, almost like he's smiling. I mean, he's not smiling, but just the red lips, the green, the white. It almost makes me look like he's smiling, sort of imagine it. Looking cool. His fingers kind of got green tinted fingernails. This guy's white paint all over him with black, different shades of gray and black. Toenails are green. Tail's got red blood on it. Super, super long. This guy's pretty cool. This is going to be the same mold as the Superman vs. Aliens 2-pack, as well as the Alien Resurrection Warrior. And then Batman here. I must say he looks really cool. He may not be my favorite Batman, but he's a really, really nice figure. If you were to ask me who my favorite Batman is, oh boy, I'd have to think about that for a long time. I don't think I'd answer that very easily. Look at the shading, the muscles. What do you bet this is the same body as Green Lantern and Superman? We'll definitely check that out later. Bat symbol, I mean, it looks good, looks crisp. His face, almost a little bit too much sculpting the brow here. Does look good though. The gauntlets, the belt, the pouches, capsules, the trunk, the shorts, muscular body, the boots, the cape is great. Light material. This thing looks like it's going to be able to stretch out considerably. I mean, look at that. Looking really nice. Drape it over him. Overall, this figure looks pretty badass. And here are both sets out of the package. Like I said before, gotta have 2 Batmans just in case something goes wrong with one of them. And I always get 2 of each Alien release they make. And then here's Batman broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts detached. As you can see, both hands came out. Even though he doesn't come with an alternate left hand, it still popped out with ease. Next, let's look at his accessories. He does come with 2 fisted hands and an alternate right hand that has gripping and can hold his batarang. Then we've got the actual batarang here. As you can see, it's got 2 different colors. We've got the silver tips. In the middle is sort of a light blue gray. And here he is wearing his 2 fisted hands, getting ready to go down the city and beat some criminals to a pulp. And then here he is with his open hand. Here he is holding his batarang into his open hand. Perfect fit. Looks great. Getting ready to throw it at somebody. And another option is you can also stick it between his fingers here. Very effective. Looks good. Very Batman-esque. Now that we've taken a look at their accessories, and they don't come with a lot, but that's okay because these guys both look great. Next, let's check out the height of these figures. So this Batman here, from bottom to top, the top of his head is about 7.0 inches, and then if you go to the top of his ears, about 7.5 inches. This Alien here, sitting at about 10 inches tall in his most upright position. Next, let's check out this guy's articulation. So of course his head here goes side to side, down a whole lot, and up quite a bit as well. Going to be great for looking down off rooftops, etc., etc. Shoulders here, ball joint, and you got more than 90 degrees, feels very smooth, up, down, around. He's got a bicep cut below that, double jointed elbows below that. He's got a wrist that can swivel around, and it's hinged as well. Of course, it's removable too. It's got a traditional ab crunch here, back that far, and forward about that far. His legs go out a full 90 degrees. You can see there's a ball joint inside of there, and the legs themselves can actually move independently of the ball joint, like so. So you can go forward about that far, back really not at all. They like to drag each other around, but you can definitely move them independently and separately of each other. Double joint knees, going back quite a bit. He's got sort of a shin cut at the boot. feet go up quite a bit and down. Toe articulation as well. They can rock quite a bit. Can't really rotate much except for the rocking. So next, let's talk quality control on this guy. Let's say quality control is great. This is one of the rare NECA figures where every single joint on him worked fine. I had a little trouble with one of his boot cuts, but I didn't have to heat any water up. I just sort of put a little pressure and it came loose. I remember the armored Batman from San Diego Comic-Con. I had a lot of stuck issues and it took me a really long time to get everything freed up. So let's look at his cape next. His cape is excellent. It's huge. It moves very nicely, lightweight. So as you can see, you can drape it behind him. You can drape it all the way behind him. You can drape it in front of him, cover up a lot of his suit. You can completely cover him up like so. Take his arms, put them outward. Cape can look pretty cool. If you want to see how it looks all together, stretched out as much as possible. And this is a really nice cape. It is huge, it's great, flows excellent, the coloring's great, the material, just the way it can sort of go all around. I like this cape a ton. And yes, his articulation sure does allow him to sit into a chair. Absolutely no problem. Next, let's look at the reuse of these figures. Now, when I got these guys, I assumed that all four of these guys shared the same core body, and I'm more or less correct. All these guys here, the feet are similar on the three unarmored guys. The boots are different on all four of them. The legs are completely identical on all four of them. The crotch area, slightly different. Each one has a different belt. The stomach area, as well as the chest, completely identical on them all. The arms, both upper and lower, and even the hands are the same on all of them. The neck area is the same. Of course, their heads are different. I mean, Batman has, a little bit different here with the gauntlets. A lot of reuse, and you know what? It works pretty good. Next, let's look at the aliens articulation. Like I said before, if you have the Alien Resurrection or San Diego Comic-Con Superman Alien 2-pack, it's the same body. But this one here is so much more unique. So his head, of course, you can go around from side to side. You can look down, not too much, and up. I think I got a little bit more freeing up to do. Look up about that far. As I recall, the Alien Resurrection one should be able to go further back, but I'm a little bit worried. I've tried with hot water and haven't got it completely freed up yet. His mouth can open and shut. His inner mouth comes out, and it's pretty difficult to get out. As I recall with these Alien Resurrection figures, they come out pretty easy. It's got blood on it. It looks pretty cool. So his shoulders here go out about that far. Not quite 90 degrees, but pretty close. It's got a ball joint side of there. Go up, down, around, all that fun stuff. His elbows here, double jointed. There's a little bit of material between the forearm and sort of bicep area. So top part can go like that. Bottom part can go like that. Go all the way up. It is, in addition to that, there's a swivel at the top and a swivel at the bottom as well. His wrists can rotate around and they're hinged. Then he also has finger articulation here. Good for grabbing somebody. In the middle here, he's got waist articulation, go around and go forward and back just a little bit. His legs really go out only about that far. This sort of thing here hinders articulation a little bit. As you can see, there's a ball joint side of there. And the plastic can move independently of it as well. Then go forward about that far, back, a little bit. It's got double joint knees. Once again, there's a little joint between the two. So here's the top part going back, and there's the bottom part going back. And there is a swivel at the top of the knee. Then he's got sort of a second knee down below, kind of animalistic. Go forward and back about that far. And of course it can swivel as well. Then his foot here, it's kind of on a ball joint, it can rotate around, it can rock just a hair, and up and down a little bit. And don't forget, there is toe articulation. In addition to that, his tail, which is huge, has a wire inside of it, so it'll hold pretty much any pose you want it to do. I like using the tail to support him while standing. Makes it really easy. So let's talk about his quality control. Really had very few issues. I was very surprised that all of his elbow joints freed up without having to use any hot water. The only issue I had on this guy was this part here needed some hot water to free it up. And then his neck, I feel like I still haven't fully get the full range of motion out of it yet. Next, let's look at these guys compared with some other action figures. Let's go ahead and check out Batman compared with a bunch of other Batman figures separately. And then the Alien compared with a bunch of other Alien and Alien-related figures as well. So first of all, here's this Batman next to all the different heroes from the DC versus Alien and Predator 2-packs. These guys look intense. They're muscular, they're detailed great, the paint is phenomenal. These guys scream 90s comics, and that is one of my favorite era of comics, as that was what got me into comics as a kid. And then here he is next to all the different Batman figures that NECA has released so far. Each of these figures is top notch. Great quality, great execution, great figures. There is one more NECA Batman that's coming out before the year ends. That is going to be another repaint of these two guys here. It's going to be a Kenner homage Tech Shield Batman. It's a Loot Crate exclusive. Getting a little bit complicated here, but really cool. We're going to get one last one before it's all said and done. And then here would be all of the different Batman and related figures that NECA has made so far. Really, really wish they would be able to continue, but I know there's been a lot of resistance to them making these. They've made a 1966 quarter scale Robin, I believe a Batman Returns Batman, Batman Returns Catwoman, Batman Returns Penguin. There was a Batman vs Superman Batman. I would love to get all these guys shrunken down in 7-inch form with this excellent sculpt and articulation, but alas, it's probably never going to happen. Here he is next to the 4 Predators from the fan film Batman Dead End, where it was Batman versus Joker versus Aliens versus Predator. Really good quality fan film. You might check it out if you haven't seen it before. And NECA actually made figures from that. Here he is next to some DST, or Diamond Select Toys, Gotham action figures. These are all heroes from the TV show. And now here he is with some older DC Direct Batman figures. As you can see, he scales up pretty well with them, maybe even a little bit taller than some of them. Here he is next to some Batman Arkham video games action figures. These are from each of the 4 video games from DC Direct and DC Collectibles. And here he is next to some more modern DC Collectibles releases. Here he is next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. And then next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is next to some Mafex Batman figures. And then next to some SH Figure Arts figures. And here he is working in his lab in the Batcave, trying to get to the bottom of some case. You can see he's got some of his trophies over here. Actual cave at the bottom, followed by the Wayne Manor up top. Things are a little bit in disarray right now. And then here's the Alien compared with all the other DC versus Alien and Predator 2-pack exclusive creatures. We've got the Predator from Batman vs Predator comic. We've got the Superman vs Aliens Alien, the Jokerized Alien, and then the Sinestro Corpse Predator. Here he is next to 2 other aliens that share the exact same sculpt as him. We've got on the left here, Alien from Superman vs. Aliens 2-pack, the Jokerized Alien, and then here's the Alien Resurrection Warrior. Here he is next to the recently released Newborn from Alien Resurrection. The Newborn is huge, ultra deluxe, tall figure. And as you can see, this Jokerized alien is not much shorter. Here he is next to the recently released 1994 Alien vs. Predator arcade game, Aliens. Here he is next to a few different albino or pale looking xenomorphs or neomorphs. And then here's the Joker. Well, look what this guy found, asking a couple of his henchmen to take off their masks. And then, of course, you guys know what comes next. Followed by an unfortunate surprise. And here's Joker with his new creatures, thinking he can control the beast. Next, I would like to look at them compared with alien figures from each of the Alien films, starting with the first Alien. This is a big chap from Alien. Here he is with a couple of ultimate xenomorphs from the 1986 film Aliens. And then here they are next to a couple of dog aliens from Alien 3. And here they are next to a couple of Alien Resurrection warriors. And then here next to a couple of alien warriors from Alien vs. Predator. And here they are next to an alien warrior and the Predalien from Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. These are some older NECA figures that predate even Series 1 of the Alien line. NECA has promised to revisit both these figures in the near future, but the near future could be a year or two away. Then here next to a couple of Deacons from Prometheus. And then next to a couple of alien warriors from Alien Covenant. And here they are next to a couple of Ultimate Predators. This is the Ultimate Jungle Hunter and Ultimate City Hunter. And here they are next to a couple of Engineers from Prometheus. And here they are next to some humans from NECA's various Alien and Predator lines. So all in all, I'm going to have to say I'm digging these two figures a lot. These guys are contenders for Action Figure of the Year, possibly. Definitely going to be in the top 5. Now, I said earlier, I was hoping this would be my favorite Batman ever made. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm not saying it is. I'm not certain of that. I'm going to have to ponder that for a while. This guy is a great Batman. The expression above his eyes is a little bit intense to be considered my total default Batman, but it does look great. They capture the essence of the 90s comic. This Jokerized alien, I thought it was going to be a dumb gimmick, and I was like, I don't really need this. It is way cooler than I expected. This guy just looks sweet. So if I were to rate these figures, I'd go ahead and give Batman a 9 out of 10, which is pretty high in my book. And I think I'd give the Jokerized alien probably an 8.5 out of 10. I'm a lot more pleased with him than I expected. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.